Today is Sunday, March the 24th. And yeah, Friday was not a good day. But for those of you who aren't paying attention to politics, let's pay attention to the market. What we saw on the weekly basis for the S&P 500 was that we came down and ended just below the cloud. However, the Chiku span is still in an area where it could go up, could go down. It's hard to say. Let's look at the daily. The daily really doesn't tell us much. It tells us that tomorrow support would be around 2773. But that's not definitive. Let's look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour tells us that we're in the cloud. On the 1 hour, 2788 would be support. 2787. So the bottom of the cloud and the Chiku striking the flat portion of this cloud are identical. So it's possible we could have a drop to 2788 tomorrow. Let's move to Apple. Let's look at Apple on the 1 day. Remember what we said. We said we were looking at the gap of, bottom of the gap was 197.38, and we were looking at that as being our next level of resistance. And we called that once the price had risen over the 200-day moving average. And I know that somebody said that I was crazy, but there you go. We hit exactly that point, and we had sellers. There will always be people with a sell order at the bottom of a gap. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly shows us poking into the Ichimoku, into the cloud, and we pulled back, but we ended up still inside the cloud, and we ended up with the Chiku span above the 200-day moving average. So this is still a possibility of a bounce back. Things are going to depend now on China news, and I mean they have for a while. Let's look at the Amazon. Amazon tried to break out of the cloud, and we had an alert, but it did pull back. The Chiku span still has room to move on the weekly basis. On a daily, nothing here. We might have support on the 8 moving average, but the key here is on the weekly, that we were unable to penetrate the cloud, but that is still an opportunity. We still have all of our moving averages in a positive direction. Gold, interesting on the week, gold stopped dead on with the Chiku span at the cloud. And we pointed this out before. Back here, we had the cloud as resistance, the cloud as resistance for the Chiku span, and it's happened again. If the market goes down, gold will go up. We had a bad day for the market last Friday. We had an up day. Do we have an up day for gold? We had an up day for gold for the last 3 days for the gold miners. Intel, pretty big setback there. And I'm almost at 100% position. Let's look at it on the weekly basis. And we didn't fare too badly on the weekly. Get rid of some of these arrows here. The weekly, we were not able to keep above the prior week, but we've still got this flat cloud out here, and flat clouds always concern me because I think that they're magnets. I'm going to put a stop right here, 52.59 on Intel, and I'm going to be bailing on Intel at that price. WDC, another chip maker, on the weekly basis, nothing. On the daily basis, we did get support here on the cloud, on the candle. I think we've been pointing that out, that the candles have been support for us all along, going back to here, and I said that we could fall into support on these candles. We stayed above them, and now we found support on this candle. We're still in an upward trajectory for WDC if the daily Chiku can bounce off of this and stay above the level of these candles.